Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Coffee, part of the Provoking Safety channel, where we think, talk, and do safety with the intention of provoking safety at home and in the workplace. The Morning Coffee is my opportunity to touch base with you first thing in the morning and hopefully provoke safety with you in such a way it'll stick with you throughout the day. Happy Friday. Today's Friday.
Yay!
Yeah, heading into the weekend. Awesome. It's also National Cheeseburger Day. Cheeseburger. So if you have the opportunity, grab a cheeseburger. But more importantly, it's Concussion Awareness Day. The Brain Injury Association of America sponsors this day. It's noted as a safety thing, more so in the United States than Canada. But it's important to understand that concussions occur lots in the workplace as well from many different causes, not just necessarily a blow to the head. A lot of times jumping from a height on outstretched feet, or like with stiff-legged, can cause a concussion as well. I just thought I would use this to springboard into something to talk about today, and that's the history of the hard hat. As I said, head injuries occur on the job, and thankfully, personal protective equipment, or PPE, is mandated as a legal requirement in both Canada and the United States. It wasn't so long ago, but in recent years, thankfully in my lifetime, it has been. Original hard hats were an ugly, heavy thing. They were made of canvas, leather, shellac. Think of really, really thick varnish, and black paint. Invented by a person named Edward Bullard. Got a picture of him down here below somewhere. There he is. Look at that. He was actually a soldier in World War I. And he liked the idea of the helmet that the soldiers wore and wanted to create something that was similar, but wasn't bulky steel, and they called him a doughboy. And they wouldn't be particularly much use in the mines and so forth. So he came home and he created what was originally called the hard-boiled hat. Basically, they took a mold of the human head and put hot canvas with hot shellac and reinforced it with leather over top and more shellac and molded it so it molded the human head. Now, also, this fella's noted with inventing something that we all enjoy today, and that's this internal suspension device. The first ones invented were invented by him. Now, needless to say, this hard hat sits back here on my shelf. And I don't use it. Why? Because it's expired. Check the dates in your hard hat for manufacturer and look at the manufacturer's directions or the OEM listing as to how long they're good for. Some are good for 5 years, etc. I'll leave that with you. Different hard hats, different brands, different types, etc. Often these internal suspension systems are only good for a year. But once again, OEM, I'll leave that with you to check out and research. This is a picture of the original hat, and believe it or not, they saved a lot of workers' lives. I'll leave a link to the website down below. You can check it out and have a look. This metal bracket they theorized on the front was for a miner's life. One thing to note is, at first, and this was the same in Canada, wearing a hard hat was a choice, not a requirement. Miners in the United States and other workers, of course, brought their own safety gear on their own initiative. It says here that changed, however, during the construction of the Boulder Dam, which was renamed to the Hoover Dam along the Colorado River. And this is in 1931. Fortunately for us in Canada too, as well, and the same thing happened in the United States, that thankfully unions got on board quickly and negotiated the requirements for safety apparel and safety use with companies when there was negotiations taking place. It led to, that in itself led a lot to the legislation that we have today. And you can thank, and I'm not being pro-union or anything else like that, I'm just telling you the obvious history. Engineers in the United States and Canada working for large projects and large corporations also understood the benefits of being safe at work and preventing injuries as well. With the Hoover Dam, it was them that required safety gear to be worn. Pretty neat thing. Incidentally, it goes down here and it says that the original hard hats, when adjusted for inflation, cost about $45 in today's dollars. If you go on most any website, safety gear website, hard hats are going to range anywhere from the least expensive ones were anywhere from $35 up to $70, depending on what you bought. Like if you bought a Kevlar hat and so forth. So the price hasn't changed much. Now I know you're wondering, well, why is Kevin going into all of this? One of the other things it's important to note is these things aren't just necessarily for work. They make them for bicycling, skateboarding, using e-scooters and e-bikes. I know they're not fashionable. I know they don't look cool, but they do save lives. It's legislated in a lot of provinces across Canada. I don't think so in Alberta, because I see lots of people riding bicycles without helmets and skateboarding without helmets and so forth. And one fall, even from that height, and whacking your head could be fatal. So you know what? Think about it. It's Concussion Awareness Day. Think about if you're going to go have fun, put a lid on. And certainly while you're at work, if there's overhead dangers or a possibility that you could get harmed by getting hit in the head, wear a hard hat. Toe boards on scaffolds, another good choice. That's pretty much it. I want you to have a great weekend. I'll see you again Monday. Until then, do me a favor. Think safety, talk safety, do safety with the intention of provoking safety at home and in the workplace. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, just ding that little subscribe button and ring the bell and you'll get notified of new content. If you like the video, please give me a like and let me know. And if you didn't like it, you can just go ahead and clobber that unlike button, but do me a favor and tell me why. I appreciate that as well. I'm also going to do something a little different. I'm not going to link to one of my other videos. I'm going to leave a card up here. That's one of those things that slides out and tells you what to look at. For a charity called Charity Water. No pressure or anything. Just have a look at it and consider that about 1 in 10 people on this planet don't have healthy water to drink, and it often leads to high mortality rates, sickness, disease, etc. We are fortunate here in Canada. We have this plentiful abundance of clean water where others don't. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. I'm going to finish my coffee. You have a great weekend. See you Monday. Bye for now.